After a couple of years cracking down on the private sector and the internet platform economy, she's now saying China actually needs them.
Yeah, kind of interesting, isn't it? Because, of course, over the last 3 years, we've seen that regulatory crackdown on the likes of Alibaba and others, Tencent, taking away some of their mojo, obviously. They created jobs. They created an internet platform economy in China, unrivaled, really, except, of course, in the United States. And they bred innovation. But perhaps the argument in Beijing during that crackdown was that these companies became too big and too monopolistic and therefore stifled innovation. Well, things have changed on the geopolitical front, obviously, with the Biden administration, export curbs on chips, and the push in China to throw tens of billions of dollars more at its own indigenous innovation and self-sufficiency in key areas of technology, whether it's AI or advanced semiconductors. Obviously, she is telling the CPPCC, which is the advisory body to the National People's Congress, as quoted by state media Monday, she will support its tech platform companies to, guess what, create jobs, expand consumption, and compete globally. All those things that Alibaba, Tencent, and others had done before that regulatory crackdown. But again, too big is too much risk, according to Beijing. Now, she says those suppression efforts by the United States have brought unprecedented and severe challenges for China's development. He said no other specifics actually were given in that speech, or at least quoted by state media, other than to say more effective measures to support SME enterprises are needed. That being said, she has long talked about the reckless expansion of capital, which has led to those anti-monopoly crackdowns on the likes of Alibaba and Ant Capital. He says Monday, China will guide healthy development of all types of capital while effectively preventing and diffusing systemic financial risk. And this is the great balancing act that these new leaders here of China, well, she's not new, but he's going to have a new economic team. She at the top, this is the balance he must strike between supporting private enterprise, supporting innovation, supporting the growth of capital while preventing unwanted risks, financial risks. So good luck. That's the challenge that he's going to have to portray over the next few days of the National People's Congress, while there's other external shocks coming in the form of trade numbers we're going to get later today. Exports in the combined January to February period likely contracted again as external demand remains fairly weak.